Hey guys, my name is Sandra. Welcome back to my channel. Today's look is this neutral, beautiful look using the Colorpop That's Taupe palette and also some new makeup from Sephora from the BIB Rouge haul. So if you're interested in checking it out, keep watching. So we're going to get started, and this is going to be one of those like talk with me videos because I haven't done one of those in a long time, and I just want to give you guys some updates because, you know, it's nice every now and then to do that. So I really want to conceal my under eyes today. I feel like my skin just isn't looking the greatest. So I'm going to try some new product that I haven't tried yet. So I'm actually going to do, like, I think I talked about this in my last video. I haven't filmed this yet, but I'm going to do my entire Sephora haul. And I've kind of been placing like little orders over the entire 10 days that the sale happened. So I want to just kind of wait till all my products come in, and then I'll just give you guys a complete haul, probably in the same video as like a makeup video, just to make it interesting. But I want to talk about everything that I got and why. So this is one of the products. I think I mentioned this in my last makeup video, and I love the packaging. It is gorgeous. You guys know I love Too Faced. I use it all the time. So I'm going to start by using this. This is the official first time I've tried this. And it's the Too Faced Plump and Prime Luxury Face Plumping Primer Serum. And so I haven't done skincare today. This is the first time I'm doing it. And you're probably going to hear noise in the background because my kiddos are downstairs, Chad's downstairs, and I think my mom is coming to spend time with my son. So, and you will notice that I dyed my hair, and my skin is a little tan because we had a barbecue yesterday and it was sunny, and I didn't realize how sunny it actually was. So I tanned, and I did put sunscreen on my face, but you can see that my shoulders are quite brown. I don't really feel any different yet, but maybe it takes time. It's supposed to plump your skin. So I'm going to use my eye cream. This is the Retinol eye cream by the Inky list. This is another product I got. Again, I'm going to make a list of everything that I had, and it'll be a separate video. But I've really been into the whole eye cream skincare regimen lately. Really doing the whole shebang, like the serum, the eye cream, the moisturizer before my makeup goes on. Because I really want to take care of my skin, especially now that I'm getting older, and it's just important. Okay, so then the next thing is my moisturizer. I'm going to use First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. Again, this is just a sample, but if it's like a larger sample, I really do like to share it. Sometimes if it's those little like packages, I don't really talk about it much. But I do always bring this product onto my neck as well. So my skin's looking pretty moisturized right now, so that's cool. The next thing I'm going to do is apply my foundation. I'm going to use a Real Technique brush today. I just don't know which one. I found my brush. I'm going to use the Real Technique's buffing brush. So it's just a really round, nice foundation brush. I haven't used this in forever. I'm going to try the Rare Beauty foundation again. This is the shade 280N, so it's got neutral undertones. It's important to shake it. And actually so I did put my serum on. I haven't used a primer yet. For primer today, I'm going to use my Rare Beauty Illuminating Base Primer, and I'm just going to use my fingers to apply it. Feels nice and cool on my skin. And that gives me a really pretty glow. And then I'm going to use some of my foundation. So I'm going to dot it on my skin because remember, this has a little brush. I kind of prefer the pumps, but we're going to dab it all over the face, just a little bit all over. I don't want to go crazy. And then I'm going to use my Real Techniques brush to blend it out. And as you can see, I did a very light wash of color. I'm not using tons of foundation here. And it is covering up my redness, which is good. I haven't used this brush in forever either, and it's just so nice and soft on my skin. Next, I'm going to go in with the same brand of concealer. This shade is 190 Warm, and so I probably got this way too light, but because all the products were sold out, I didn't really have as big of a color choice selection. But before we do anything, I am going to go in with Jeffree Star's Magic Star Concealer, and I'm using the shade Peach to correct my under eye circles first, only because I do have such dark ones, and I'm only putting them on a little bit of the area, and I'm going to cover these spots as well because they are dark. And this Peach is the perfect shade to neutralize those dark areas. And if you do have dark under eye circles or spots or something you want to conceal, it is absolutely better, in my opinion, to use a color corrector before you go in with actual concealer, because then you don't have to apply tons of concealer and your under eyes won't have that like really crazy super concealed look, because that's when you get the creasing and it just kind of promotes your fine lines even more and exaggerates them, and it just doesn't look as good or natural. So color correcting is really good. Purple is generally to brighten. Yellow would be to conceal redness, and then the peach to hide the darkness. So you can see that already looks much better. So now we'll go in with the actual concealer. And I'm not going to do a huge amount here. Again, I think I'm just going to use my fingers for this. And another trick that I like to do is I let it dry down a little bit. So I'll spread it out and then I let it dry down because I don't want it to go all the way down my cheek. I just want it to stay there. So if you let it dry down, then it will get a little bit more tacky, and then you can continue blending out the edges and it won't transfer on you. I'll bring up a little bit on my lid to prep for shadow. Sometimes I add a little bit around my nose area just because I do have some veins and discoloration there. And that is all I'm going to do to the concealer. So before I put on powder, I will kind of tap out the under eye just so I don't crease there. But I'm going to go straight in with my brush. And for under eyes, I love to use my F35 by Sigma. It is a tapered highlighter brush, so generally, you know, you can apply your highlight with this, but it fits perfectly on the under eye. So I have two. My original one I used for highlight, and this one I just used for the under eye. And today I'm going in with a powder I haven't used in forever. It is the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. It's definitely going to give me some brightening under the eye, and I might use this on my jawline too, because that foundation was still a little dark despite my tan. And I will go in and set the rest of my face, but before I do, I want to apply some cream product. I want to apply my cream blush. So this is the Rare Beauty cream blush in the shade Love. It's the Terracotta Matte Finish. I'm just going to dot a tiny bit on my hand. And I'm going to also use a Real Technique. This is a dual fiber contour brush, but I'm not using it for contour. I'm going to just use blush. And I'm not going to be putting on contour today. I might do some bronzer, but that's about it. So it looks pretty dark right now, but we're going to go back in with the foundation brush and just go over the color so everything looks nice and natural. And if you want your blush to stay, the best trick is to use a cream or gel formula and then apply powder on top, and then apply your setting powder on top of that, because blush is the first thing that will fade on your face. Okay, go back in with the foundation brush now and just go over the blush. And it looks nice and pretty and natural. And then over top of that, I'm going to use the highlighter. So this is the shade Mesmerize. It's the liquid luminizer from Rare Beauty. I feel like the bottle is so big compared to the blush. Like, it's a big bottle. It's almost as big as the foundation. So this one I'm actually going to put on my hand because I don't want a huge mess of foundation or highlight on my face. So I'm going to take my fingers, tap into the highlight, warm it up a little bit, and just tap on gently. And I find this way gives you a nice glow, but it's not going to be overpowering. It won't look like you have this huge stripe of highlight on your face. I'm just going to put a little bit on my nose. And right here between my brows and my forehead. And I probably won't even do bronzer today because I feel like I don't really need it. And just the remainder on my lip. And a little bit on my chin. Okay, so then if you feel like it, you can go in with your powder brush and you can set the rest of your face. I have really dry skin, so I don't really feel like I need it, but I do have a child who loves to crawl on me and I don't want my makeup to come off that easy, so I'm just going to put a little bit everywhere. And I find that if you use a compact powder, it doesn't apply as much powder than if you were to use a fluffy, light, loose powder. And the other thing too is, like, again, I don't really have experience with oily skin, but instead of like using tons of powder throughout the day, I would honestly just get more blotting paper. And I think Rare Beauty has some, as well as Fenty. And I'm sure you can get other brands as well, but those are the newer brands that I know of that sell blotting paper. And honestly, that sounds like the best bet to me, because if you want your makeup still looking good, I know oil is the first thing that will break down your makeup, and that seems to be the best way to kind of get rid of the oil without starting to add tons of powder and look cakey. Okay, so that is all of the product I'll add to my face for now. I'm going to go ahead and do brows, and we'll just kind of skip that part and head right over to the next. Okay, eyebrows are all done, and I'm really liking the way my face looks right now. So it's not like, I have had better foundations. This one, the first time I used it, it actually pilled, and I think it's the skincare product I had underneath of it, because today I'm not having that issue. So, I mean, I think it just depends what products work well together, and you won't really know unless you try it for yourself. So that's kind of a dumb piece of advice, because really you kind of have to play around with what products you have, and like the normal everyday person won't have a jillion different products like someone who's on YouTube doing makeup. So just use what you have, and also you can always watch your favorite YouTubers if that's what you like to do. Find out you know, what products work well underneath the products that they're using. So I'm going to use the face spray. So this is the Rare Beauty facial mist. It's not a setting spray, but I don't really feel like I need that right now. I just want something to refresh my makeup and give it that dewy appearance. So I know people say this smells fresh, but to me it still smells like a cleaning product. I mean, kind of like a mix between Mr. Clean and rose water or something, but just not as strong, obviously. And it does have skincare ingredients in there, so I'm pretty sure it's not like a cleaning product. That's what it reminds me of. So for today, we're going to go into that's Taupe. And I'm excited to use this palette. I did use the Going Coconuts, and I'll link that video for you if you want to see how that looked, but this one's definitely more cool. And I love the shimmers that Colorpop puts out. Like, look at that. That is like so freaking pretty. Like all of these, I love them. So there's 5 mattes and 4 shimmers. None of them are pressed, except maybe that one. I don't know. It looks kind of like a pressed pigment, but we'll play around with it and see. So first I'll go in with an E35, and I'm going to start with Boa. It is the lightest shade. I just want to see how dark it looks like on my skin, and this will just help to blend out the other shades as we kind of go lower and lower. So I'll start pretty high up with this one, and I'm going to continue using the E25. I want a little bit more of a blown out look today. Now I'm going to go into Pebble Beach, which is the little bit warmer tone, and I'm going to go a little bit lower just to define that crease a little bit more. And honestly, this doesn't even look like I'm wearing shadow. It just looks like a natural shadow. And I don't really have to be too precise with this because the color on my skin, like I'm not getting a whole lot of color payoff. And I mean, I am, it's just because I have a little bit of a darker skin tone. If you have really light skin, this is probably going to show up on you way more. So now I'm going to go into the shade Rock Steady, but I will switch my brush to an E25, and I am going to tap off my brush just in case. We're going to go a little bit lower into the crease, and I'm just patting it in there. And I'm using the E25 to blend it up into the crease a little bit more. I'm going to take that same shade with the same brush, and I'm just going to pat this on the outer corner of each eye. And I think I might have got a little bit of fallout, so I'm just going to wipe that away quick. And now I'm taking an E27, which is just a little bit of a smaller brush. And I'm going to go into Bedrock, which is the darker shade, the darkest shade in the palette. And we're going to put that on the very outside corner and blend it into the crease a little bit, just to define the eye a little bit. And then I'm going to go into my smudge brush. This is my E21. I'm going to take Rock Steady, which is this one here, and just smudge this on the lower lash line. And I think I'll just stick to the like outer 1/3 of my eye. Yeah, I guess I'm going a little bit more. I'm going into about 1/2. So I'm going to take a clean E27 and I'm going to blend out the lower lash line a bit. And I really have my eye on Snake Eyes, which is more of like that, I don't know, it feels like it has like a pink shift to it. So I'm going to use that one first and put that on the lid. And then I'm going to also go into Slated, which is that really bright one. I'm going to use my pinky finger for this one though. Okay, so it is a shimmer. I'm just going to put that right on the very inner corner. I just realized my other light wasn't on. There we go. So much brighter. And this, I feel like this one, it isn't, like it's definitely more of a sparkle or a shimmer, but I feel like the sparkles in it are a bit bigger than that first one I used. And I do feel like this one would go on better if you had a wet brush with some MAC Fix Plus on it or something. But I really like how that looks. It's really pretty. The transition, like these shadows blend so nice. And this is a really pretty shadow to use like every day for work. I really prefer color, but I have been getting into the neutrals more often, especially since Jeffree Star's Orgy palette, because it's just so versatile. There's so many shades to choose from. So I'm going to go ahead and line my upper lash line, and I'm using the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes Matte Liquid Liner. I used this the last time and it's really, really nice. It's a really good liner. And that's just to really define my lash line. Then I'm going to use mascara. So I was using the Maybelline Falsies and I hated it. Like I thought it would be so good. and it just isn't working out for me. So I transferred to my Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte, and this one makes my lashes look like I'm wearing false lashes. This has always been a favorite staple mascara of mine, and usually I love drugstore mascaras. I don't own any other brands of mascara besides like Tarte and then like drugstore. But this one is so good, and this is the summer edition, so it has flamingos all over it, and it's, you know, part of the reason why I love it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply mascara, and we'll be right back. I feel like I need something else. Like I feel like I'm missing something, so I'm actually gonna line my lower lash line with some black liner. I'm gonna be using my Avon Glimmerstick waterproof eyeliner in Blackest Night. I really need to get my hands on a different like eyeliner because this is the only one I have and it's almost all gone. To be honest, I prefer using brown liner, and I just feel like brown liner, the warm brown color that I own, won't go well with this more like cool neutral look. And I almost feel like that lash line just needs to be blended out a little bit more. So we'll just use the brush that I had the darker shade on and run it along my lower lash line. And I also feel like I need some kind of like sparkle on my lower lash line. I always do that. As soon as I add any color, like any liner, I feel like it just brightens up the lower lash line as well. So I'm just going to go into Snake Eyes again with my smudge brush and put some just on the lower lash line. I usually stick to the inner portion. I like to keep the outer side darker, and you can't really tell, but if it catches the light in certain reflex, you can see it, so it's kind of nice. A little bit under the brow bone. And then last for lips. So I'm gonna line my lips, but I did actually get the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Cream. I wanted to try this out because I love the Gloss Bomb glosses. I just don't have any of like the cream products. So I'm going to start by lip lining in my Milani Color Statement lip color. This is 09 Spice. And because this is like a lip gloss, I'm not going to be too precise with the lip liner because lip gloss has a tendency to spread anyway. It's nice and shiny. It does not smell like the gloss, like the actual gloss though, but it gives a nice color and it's nice and shiny and light. It's definitely not sticky. But yeah, I think the lip glosses, I'm much more of a fan of the lip glosses than I am of this one. These are the two side by side. So the lip balm, like the lip gloss, and then this is the cream. So I think I prefer this one. They say it's the same shade, but it doesn't really look the same to me. That is it. I think I would just give my face one more quick spray with the setting spray, and this time I will use my Urban Decay. And that is it for this makeup look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I've been kind of liking integrating like my new products from Sephora with my palettes that I wanted to show. So these palettes are from Colorpop. I did have a haul. I'll link that video for you. And I did the haul and I did one palette. I think it was the orange look. And I didn't really showcase any of the other palettes, I just showed them. And so now what I want to do is go forward, go through each of the palettes that I bought and do some looks with them. And then as I go, I'm going to show you guys all of my new makeup that I also got. But if you're interested, let me know down below whether you still want to see like a complete haul from Sephora, because I was actually interested in doing like recommend list, like a recommend product list before the sale, but I might get to that for the fall one because I just Haven't really been doing as much makeup lately as I have been doing other stuff, so let me know if that's something you'd like to see, and I'll do that recommend list as well. But as for the haul, let me know, because I do have quite a few new products, and a lot of them are from Rare Beauty, and I'm not too sure how I feel about Rare Beauty yet. So if you guys have any suggestions or comments about that brand, let me know as well. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Make sure to like this video if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you're new here. I would love to have you. And last but not least, like I always say, click on that bell notification button to be notified every time I upload a new video. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.